How you doing, my fellow silver degenerates? Tommy, NYC, coming at you tonight. Alabama Gene, how are you? Sean, Chi-Town Stacker, Irving 142, how are you? What's going on, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages? How are you? Woo! We're going to have a good time tonight. We are going to... Oh, I see you, Trey. I know you had some questions. I'm just going to ask everybody to be very patient because I'm expecting a lot of people to jump in tonight, okay? And I'm going to start a live with Sister 7K. Can you hear me?
Oh, I think I'm connected. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. How are you, Erin?
Good. My connection's kind of...
All right. We're going to have a good time tonight. We're going to talk about a few things. Let's see. Where is everybody? I thought we were really going to get a crowd tonight. Okay. So
maybe they forgot.
They don't forget. They don't forget stacking.nyc.
They're still at work. They're still getting that linear wage, and they're working an hour more to get it.
You know, it's tough times. It is tough economic times indeed. So here's what we're going to do tonight. I just want to give you a brief outline. First and foremost, I want to welcome everybody. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. You know, it's an interview, and we're going to talk to Erin about a few different things. I want to thank you all so much, and thank you, Erin, for doing this.
My pleasure.
What you do is kind of, you know, people have strong feelings about it. There are sometimes strong reactions. So I also want to start out by saying that, you know, everybody has a right to express themselves. Everybody has a right to say how they feel. They have a right to their opinion. But in my mind, what you don't have a right to do is be disrespectful. So I'm going to ask everybody to please be respectful. If you have strong feelings, you know, to the contrary of something that somebody says, be respectful about it. You can say, I disagree. You can say, well, I think this or I think that, but do it respectfully. And let's jump into this. So first and foremost, why don't you tell us a little bit about you as a human being, as who you are?
Okay, who am I? I'm Erin, and I was born in '78, so that makes me 40 years old. I have 2 kids, and I am a widow. And so my husband passed away 5 years ago, so I've been raising my kids since they were 9 months and 2 years old.
Wow.
And I have a degree, I have a bachelor's degree in psychology and a master's as a PA, which I worked in the medical field for 10 years.
As a PA, a physician's assistant?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's a real, is that what you do for a living besides 7K or?
Not right now. When I was working, it was 12 to 14-hour shifts. So my husband stayed home with my kids, so I quit doing that. And because of all the tumultuous situation, I'm a licensed in Arizona, and I was in Arizona, but all my family's in Montana. So I wanted to move home, be with my family, to deal with that. And so I just took the time to heal for about 5 years now. It's been 5 years. And so now I'm just finally deciding I'll go back and reinstate my license and probably work, but not these 12 and 14-hour shifts that I worked before. And I've been able to be home with my kids and find ways of doing other things. And I've learned that I'm actually very entrepreneurial spirited. So it's been good for me. It's been healing, and I can go back and do that now if I want to.
That's an interesting story. And you did tell me a little bit of that, you know, when we spoke on the phone, we talked about going live and so on. And it was really, it was interesting. And it reminds me that, you know, all of us, you know, when we're on social media, you know, sometimes we forget that we're dealing with real people, and, you know, we're all so much more than our Instagram pages. We all have a story.
Absolutely.
We have good days. We have bad days. We have our struggles. And, you know, I think it's important for people to hear that. And, you know, believe it or not, that's one of the reasons I came up with a television show like Stackers, because to me, it's about the people and getting those stories out there. you know. And
I agree. And it reminded me of a book I read in college, and it was a guy, I can't remember the name of the book right now, but it was a guy that wrote for Outdoor Magazine too, and he was a bicyclist. And he was called the Metal Cowboy. And he wrote stories, but he rode his bike all over all sorts of countries, you know, America, Australia, Great Britain, you know, or, you know, Europe. But the stories that he would write were about the people that he would meet. And that's what a part of this is we're sharing something with people that, you know, 2 years ago I didn't know was even something I was capable of doing. And that's what we're doing, and we're meeting really amazing people because of it, especially when we open ourselves up to who we might meet in the process.
That's right. And I find that, you know, people have all kinds of different opinions. I talk to people about silver, and, you know, there's somebody who's, you know, let's say they're equally passionate about silver, and we could have, you know, two different approaches to investing, two different approaches to stacking, two different things that we like. Somebody likes Maple Leafs, somebody
Absolutely.
likes American Eagles. It's, you know, it's preference. And you can argue about which one is better, or you can say, hey, that's kind of cool that you like something different. The real reason we're here, though, right? We're going to talk a little bit about something that you're involved with, and that's what we're talking about that invokes the strong emotions, and that is 7K Metals. Now, many people in here may not know what 7K Metals is. Some people may think they know, and some people may actually know. You know, I don't know.
Sure.
But let's start with this. Let's start with listening to Erin and having her talk about what 7K Metals is to her and how it works. That's what I want to hear, because, and I'm going to be honest with everybody in here, okay? I'm very neutral. I really am. I understand that it's you know, network marketing and so on, and I don't particularly think that's something that I like for me, but I don't think that gives me the right to say, hey, well, you know, that's stupid. I mean, that's, you know what I mean? It works for people. So start by telling us what it is, and let's go there. Let's go from there.
So a quick history is, by the entrepreneurial spirit of trying to be home with my kids, means I tried some other network marketing companies. I got into Herbalife because I'm a fitness person. And I wanted to put on weight, and that's something I did, but I didn't want to sell it. And I got into a skincare product called Rodan & Fields because I thought maybe I could sell that, right? Because I was kind of in the search of what can I do to work from home and make this happen. And in the meantime, a friend of mine was doing the 7K Metals, and she mentioned it to me. And I'm at this point of where I'm probably like everybody else. I'm sick of hearing about, you should do what I'm doing. You should do what I'm doing. But she was my friend. And I remember thinking, whatever, what is it? Just tell me. Like, normally I wouldn't have even heard it because I was having the worst day of my life when she wanted to tell me about it. Not the worst day. Probably the second worst day. I had lost a lot of money. I'd bought into this other company, and I wasn't sure how to do any of this stuff. And I didn't know anything about gold and silver. So I will tell you, I knew nothing when I started. And this would have been May of 2017.
So
and I will also tell you.
You started 7K Metals in May of 2017.
Yes.
And that's your first experience. So less than 2 years, and it's your first experience with precious metals at all.
Yeah, first.
Okay.
Completely never had any idea. Didn't know anything about coins before 64. Didn't ever have a silver dollar that I held on to. In fact, I think I spent some of my brother's collection when I was young not knowing the value of it for actual dollar. I spent it, face value. And I remember him being very mad, but that's the only experience I've ever had with it. And so I get into this company knowing absolutely nothing, and I was kind of not forced to learn, but because I wanted to make money and be home with my kids, and this seemed like a way to do it. It was a small company, so I got to know a lot of people. And one of the owners gave us a little bit of history back in December of 2017. December 2nd, we all went to Idaho Falls, and one of the owners was a history teacher at one point, and his name's Josh Anderson. And Josh Anderson started to tell us about Bretton Woods. And he gave us a little bit of that video of End of the Road that, Mike Maloney is on, and G. Edward Griffin is on, and a few other people. And I was like, what is this? My mind was blown. I had no idea about the dollar. And I don't know if anyone else has thought, why is the dollar worth anything? And I started thinking about times where I'd be getting gas or something. I'm like, isn't this weird? The dollar is supposed to be money. I wonder how that, no thought would go out of my head. But this was where I was finally okay, this is connecting those thoughts. There is something to this. I want to learn more. And I ended up going into researching gold and silver. I ended up going into just learning about the dollar, learning about what gold and silver is. And I watched Mike Maloney. I'll tell you, I watched Mike Maloney's episodes multiple times, and I wanted to learn so much about it that I would write notes, and I would talk to my parents about it because my dad is stacking with me now. My dad's 73. My dad wasn't stacking before this, but he also knows about silver because he's 73. Now my mom's stacking. You should see the stack that we've gotten in 2 years. I'm actually going to put a little collage of pictures together because how cool is that, right?
No.
And so I got my dad into it, my mom into it, and now it's a family business. But the thing is, I knew nothing. I knew nothing about it. And now I've learned so much that I've gone down other rabbit holes, as some people have seen it, you know, like it or not. But it's been informational for me. And now I want to introduce it to other people and say, and so that's how 7K Metals has affected my life. It could have been any other silver and gold. It could have been a person just selling it maybe on the street that would have enticed me. I don't know. Maybe Mark Dice could have come up to me with a bar of gold and a bar of Hershey, and maybe that would have done it. But whatever reason, this was what it was at the time, and it just was the thing I needed to learn about the dollar and money.
What does it mean that it's network marketing?
So network marketing is as old as the 50s. It's the Fuller Brush man. We used to go around door to door.
Sure.
We no longer, network marketing isn't an internet thing. I might have a couple
of those in my day.
I wouldn't speculate at all. So I never had heard of the Fuller Brush man before, but when it comes to network marketing, a lot of people and a couple of businesses have done it poorly. And some people have had their money taken. They have to put in money to make money. And so I did do my research on that because I've always been a researcher. And so I'm not here to defend or go against 7K Metals. I found that this was a company, though, that I could actually make a good amount of money. So network marketing means I'm going to share. For me, I'm sharing I'm sharing information. Right?
Well, certainly, whether it's network marketing or any business venture, it takes money to make money.
Sure.
I
would agree. So how do you get money? How do you earn the money? So how do I buy my silver? Well, the company buys it for me, and I have some gold. I say that because I earn a paycheck because I market. I market it just like a PR person would market a business that's a brick and mortar business. I go out and I talk about what I'm doing. I network with people, and then when they come into the company, I don't sell anything. I don't sell my stacks. I just talk about it and I share it. And when they come into the company, that's when I can earn an income.
All right, I'm going to ask you hard questions, right? So
okay.
What is it that you're marketing?
So my personal standpoint, what I do is I try to talk to people about the dollar, or I try to talk about gold, silver, or I might start, how's your 401k working for you? Because they might bring it up. People talk about that. I'm trying to do an education of money. I want people to learn the truth about money. If they decide that...
are you marketing information?
Coming into my business, because it's...
You're getting a little choppy.
Yes. So, I'm trying to tell them... Oh, okay. Better now.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like if I can educate somebody that... First, you're coming at people who don't know any different than I did. If you would have come at me 3 years ago and been like, you should do gold and silver, I'd have been like, I don't know why. My own sister to this day doesn't understand how gold and silver is money. So I have to come to a standpoint of, can I explain to a person why it's important and help them? It's about helping people. It's not about the business of 7K Metals. Can I help somebody, even if I help somebody learn about money and they never join 7K Metals, I'm going to feel good about that, because I want them to be under the thumb of the government. We can find a way out. This is a way to get out from under the thumb of the government. So I start with that. If I can educate them on that and they're with that, then maybe I can and afford it. Well, I want them to be able to find a way they can afford it. So if you can get to talk about it, then you can afford to buy it at that point. And silver is still at an amount that a lot of us could afford it. So I'm a widow who's a single mom who has to work from home. How in the hell was I going to buy gold and silver? Well, if I'm getting paid to talk about it, that's how I can do it.
Right.
So that works. But if I have to tell somebody else to figure it out.
Shiny, maybe that answers your question. I mean, the thing is, Shiny said, why not cut out the middleman, the company and that you sell for, and work for yourself? There's so many platforms like IG that allow you to get your message out, and grow your personal brand. And I think that's a great point, Shiny. But my counterpoint, although I agree with Shiny 100%, that's my position, right? I would also take the position that if you feel more comfortable within an organization and you feel like you get support from that organization, I don't care,
Right. It's a community. It's like another community. Okay, so to answer that question, these people become my friends and they help me. And it doesn't mean they wouldn't help. Some of them might not. Some of them might not help me if I wasn't in 7K anymore. That's just the way of the world, right? But they help me. But I'm also reaching out to you guys, right? I'm also talking to stackers in this community because I don't know how to pull off a raffle. You could ask, I hope he doesn't mind, but I'm going to talk about Josh down in Florida because I'm sure he wouldn't mind. But he's talking about how, he wants to do raffles, and he tries to tell me how they do it. And I look at it and I go, I don't think I can do raffles. I would think that's okay. I just don't feel like I'd be good at it. I don't feel like it would take more training, right? So maybe there's a time that I'd say, wow, I can walk away from the network marketing aspect because I am earning income by, raffling my stacks or doing this sort of thing, but I don't know how. I came from a place of not even understanding gold and silver, so this is all very new to me. Doesn't mean I can't get into it and learn about it, and I would like to. In fact, I like watching your auction last night. That was really fun. I even told my dad about it. I went upstairs and told him, because I live in my parents' basement for 4 months now. But the reason is because I'm hoping to buy a house one day. And so this is something I get to share with my family. This is something I talk about you guys, and I get excited about. And so I'm willing to learn new things like that.
Listen, maybe someday you might find something that works better for you than 7K. Who knows?
It's possible.
Yeah. See, you have an open mind.
Of course it is.
That's how we grow, is by having an open mind and holding on to our values. You don't sacrifice your values by having an open mind, but it can complement your values. Archie, numismatist, asked a very good question. This is Olin out in the Chicago area. He says, does 7K as a company sell any type of education?
Well,
when you bring
I just got
someone... Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Right?
Yeah, it just got choppy, but you're asking...
And they sign up, is that when you get paid? Do you get paid by signing people up?
I'll let you guys know, I made a whole video that explains how we get paid, and it's public on my YouTube. And you got to scroll down several videos to get to it, but it doesn't. But yeah, I earn points, which is very simple. 1 point equals $1. I earn points when someone signs up, and I get paid a minimum of $500 when I reach 500 points, which doesn't take very long because I get 100 points for a sign up. But I'm also an honest person. I want people to get the facts, and I want them to research whatever I'm doing before they decide to do it.
Yeah. So she doesn't sell metals.
No.
What is it that you're selling? What is the marketing that? What are you marketing then? If you're not selling metals, you're marketing what exactly? Is it the education? Because it does seem a little confusing.
Okay, so I went through a lot of different ways to try to do this. I'd put up a coin and be like, I'm selling this or whatever, but then people would be like mad if I'm like, I'm not, I don't have it in my possession, I can drop ship it. Or you can, rather than buy it at an increased price, because we buy it cost. So like I pay 50 cents over spot for rounds. We've paid as little as 10 cents over spot for rounds. So then somebody will say, well, I want to buy for that price. And I'm like, you can't buy for that price. I paid my member. You got to pay yours, right? But if you want to buy it from me, I'll just mark it up and drop ship it. And then they don't like the drop ship thing. So I'm like, well, I better not advertise selling it. And I'm a person, I'm a widow, I'm a mom. I'm not going to sell my stacks because I'm not stacking very fast. It's not like I'm just buying up this huge amount that I can get rid of. So I'm trying to hold on to as much as I can. And so what I'm now just doing is talking about it. Or my YouTube, I just talk about it. I hashtag 7K metals, or I show my silver. And then somebody says, what is it? And I say, well, here's my link, but research it, educate yourself, get the facts, make an educated decision on it, and they'll either say it's not for them or it is. It'll make sense to some people. Some will, some won't.
So let me ask you this question. Let's say from square one, you tell me about 7K metals. I want to sign up. What do I pay? What do I pay? Do I have a membership fee? Do I have?
Mm-hmm. So just like the gym or the NRA or any other membership program, you pay usually a fee, and then you get membership benefits. Membership benefits are silver and gold at cost. for bullion. And then our other benefits are education is free because they provide an education on what buyer are you? Are you a prepper? Are you an investor? Are you doing wealth, protecting wealth? Are you there's like all these different kinds of buyers you can learn about. Are you stacking or are you collector? If you're a collector, there's a whole bunch of that. So they provide education to you for that. They also provide education on network marketing should you want to do that. And then you have your website that you just log in and you order it and you have it shipped to your home.
Do I have to, what does it cost me to sign up?
$250 a year.
And okay,
like
so
Costco. You go to Costco for $150.
And do I have a monthly obligation then?
No.
No
Nope.
monthly obligation. I have to purchase something?
There's not an obligation. There's a lot of companies I've done where they had to figure out how to turn off my auto ship, and it's not easy. This company, you have to figure out how to turn it on, and it's not required to be a member. We have a lot of dealers that buy because we get 10 cents over spot, and so dealers are paying 80 cents over spot sometimes. So they're going to go worth it to me because I'm going to buy a lot, and they're going to sell it out of a storefront. They're not going to market 7K metals. They're going to buy it, and they're going to sell it out of a storefront. It's like you're buying it from a dealer. They have like 13 dealers in the country. We're getting the same price that the dealers get.
Okay, so $250 gives me access to the bulk purchasing power of 7K metals?
Right. And the education if you want it. If you don't need it,
oh, I need education.
Whatever.
Trust me when I tell you I need education.
I did. I need a ton. I'm always learning every day.
No, definitely.
And yeah, okay, so Black Diesel says, I don't have to pay $250 a year. Of course you don't. You don't have to do it. Nobody has to do it. Nobody has to do anything like that. That's just what I did. And it's a company that's worked for me, and I've earned about $7,500 now from the company, and more than half of that has gone to buy gold and silver.
If you don't sell gold and silver, how did you earn the $7,500?
Yeah.
So my question is, if you don't sell silver, how did you earn the $7,500?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay, so you said that you earned $7,500, right? So my question was, if you don't sell gold or silver, how did you earn $7,500?
Because when people sign up, and there is an auto ship, option. So when people sign up, I earn points towards a paycheck, and when people do auto ship, I earn points towards the paycheck. And so yeah, I know that there's already been a question about our MS70s, and so ship our MS70s are marked at a premium price, but that goes towards how we earn a paycheck. So if I have somebody like my friend Mike Nottingham, who's in Arizona, and I saw he was on here a minute ago, if he wants to buy an MS70 from 7K Metals and he's in the business with me, then he earns points for doing that towards a paycheck. I earn points for doing that towards a paycheck.
So do you basically you need to sign people up to make money?
If I want to make money, I should sign people. Getting them on an auto ship coin of the month is how I get a more consistent paycheck. And like I said, I did do a video where the PowerPoint's pretty concise, and it shows pictures of how that works. I've made little pictures. Sometimes that's easy to understand.
If I didn't want to sign people up, can I join for the $250 and get access to the cheap silver?
Yeah. And you would never have to ever market it. It's not no auto ship. You don't have to buy any MS70s from us. You just buy your bullion and you do what you do.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be an experiment for Stacking.NYC. It might be worth $250 to see if I can get silver cheaper from 7K than I can through my dealers.
You don't have to pay $250 to find out. I'll send you the pricing. The pricing, I'll show you what it is. I can send you a link. I mean, come on, it's on the website. It's not like I'm sending you a secret. Anyone can go look at it. You can go to the website, you can click on pricing, and you can look at what numismatics.
Texas.net_shop, AJ down in Texas wants to know, is Zach Davis's brother Justin Davis?
I don't know who Justin Davis is, but I could ask Zach because I know all the owners personally. personally. I text them and call them once in a while, which is kind of cool. Small that way. But I can ask. I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Justin Davis.
Who is Justin Davis, AJ? Okay, RC News just wants to know, if I recruit people for the monthly stacking program, would I get some silver after how many people? Do you get medals for signing people up, or do you actually get money for signing people up?
Right. You earn an income, and then you buy what you want. Like I bought, I got my new 10-ounce bar today. My first 10-ounce bar. I'm a single mom that never even knew this was something I could do. In 2 years, what you do is you get getting from your dealer. So I don't usually argue with people about what they're paying unless they tell me. So, but if I say, well, I met a dealer, he was getting 80 cents over spot for rounds. If I say I can get him for 10 cents over spot, he's like, oh, okay, it's going to make a difference in the long run, and that would be worth it for a dealer to sign up.
I don't know a lot of people
that's where the.
I don't know a lot of people that pay 10 cents over spot. And I'm talking about people that are buying thousands of ounces a week.
And I've had some people finally come, at me. People get kind of defensive and biased, so they'll say, I can get that price. And I'm like, okay, good, keep doing it. But I had somebody tell me, goes, Aaron, I can get those prices, but only when I get in with my friends, and about 5 of us go buy about $7,000 worth of stuff, and then get that price. And I'm like, I can buy 1 coin at that price, or 1 round.
So
I mean, the coins are going to have a bit more of a premium, but
there's the $1 million question. North Bay just asked, and I want to know this answer. How much was that 10-ounce bar?
Well, I can go here and tell you because I got to go back to the day I bought it, right? And you guys would have to do your due diligence. Since I'm doing this, you can tell me what spot was for that day. But I got to log into it. I'm on this very slow internet.
That's okay.
Or slow computer, really, not so much internet.
Leo, that's a great question.
So when I got into this, I was paying, silver was at $18 and some.
Yep, I remember.
And so now the price is pretty, I can't complain. Okay.
All right, watch this. How long ago did you get the bar? A week ago, a month ago?
I'm looking. I ordered it on the 8th of January.
Okay.
And I paid $164.
Okay. So spot was somewhere in the mid 1550s. You paid probably 70 cents over a spot for a 10-ounce bar. That's a good price. That's a good price. It's not an amazing price.
I think so. I mean, I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got it right. And so you're saying, so someone like me, you could say, well, you probably wasn't worth the $250. Well, someone like me though is earning an income, so it is, because if I earn $7,000, then the $250 is a drop in the bucket to sign up, right? But if you're going to try to look at the value, if I was just looking yesterday, we have the Credit Suisse gold bar, 10 ounce, and it was up to like a $700 difference. We're talking a person that they're going to buy a 10-ounce gold bar, and they're going to save $700 just by signing up for $250. If they're not going to spend extra, right?
Right.
They're not going to do that. They're going to say, well, I got it for $250, but I'm going to save $700. Well, if they've got the money to do that, or if they're a dealer, they're going to be saving hundreds of dollars.
And when you paid the $164 on the 8th, and I'm assuming you just got it today or yesterday or whatever, right? Shipping?
Just got it today. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So my question is, so you ordered it the 8th, you got it today, and did they charge you for shipping, or was the $164 shipped?
I paid $5 for shipping.
$5. So something that I teach stackers is that when you calculate the cost of your silver, you have to include shipping. All right, so you really paid $169 for it. Okay. I mean, that's just there's a reason you have to do that, and that can be another conversation. But it's still not bad. It's still not bad. Let's see.
And it's not a generic bar.
Dustin, she doesn't know. Dustin, she doesn't know why somebody else harassed you, Dustin. I don't think she knows the answer to that. Do you know why somebody harassed her? Do you know why anybody harassed me? I don't know. Do you know? I mean, that's not a good question, Dustin. It's antagonistic. It's not respectful.
But, you know, here's the problem is we're all people and we have emotions and some of us don't behave well. And I'll be the first to admit I have been a real jerk on the internet. Okay, so I've been rude to people. I've been wrong. But I will apologize. I will outright get on a FaceTime or whatever and apologize for the things I've done because I have no peace in that. I have no peace in attacking people, and I've done it, and it's not fun for me. And so if I've ever, you know, it's one of those things that sometimes people do that, and they're people. Just because they're 7K medals doesn't matter. They could be, I've been attacked really bad by some stackers, but I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, stackers suck. I mean, it's just you stick it out, and they watch you hang around, and eventually they leave you alone.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting, and I'm going to tell you,
Hi, Dave.
You know, a big part of what I think, and, you know, I don't know that 7K is better or worse. I don't think it's for me. I don't know if it's cheaper or more expensive. But part of the thing, you know, I know you went to a conference a while ago, like, or not a while ago, just a few days ago. You were in Houston.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
John, I don't think anybody's selling an emotional story. I don't think anybody's doing that. We're talking about medals. We're talking about what you paid for the bar. Is 7K medals available in Canada? It's nationwide, right?
It's actually available everywhere. The thing that we have to do for other countries is it depends on their shipping and what their taxes are.
No,
and so
California,
we have depositories.
It's like another country,
US,
but it's
yes. Oh, I thought you said Canada. I thought somebody said Canada. Yeah, it's New
like
World Order in
country,
California, but
it's not.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in California, no problem. I mean, I was thinking somebody in Canada was asking the question, so that's why I was trying to talk about the depositories. I will tell you this. Yeah, we just had an event in Houston. It was really fun because I got to have dinner. I got to sit and eat dinner with the owners and just talk. Basically, I will tell you also, everything I buy is a write-off. Everything I buy is a tax write-off because I am owning and running a business here. And because it's out of my house, you know, my commute is to my desk. And so everything every drive I make, and if I go to have coffee with somebody and we talk metals, it's super easy too, right? I can pull out my metals and talk to anybody about it. And now write off of whatever I'm doing that day. And we also have a certified CPA in the company who was an IRS auditor. And I get to utilize him at half price because I'm a member and he's a member.
So they
and now I have somebody
that's
helped
for you.
Right.
So K-Bolts, Calvin, my friend, just asked a great question. He asked, do you get a 1099?
Yeah, you do if you make over a certain amount a year. But it's, you know, whatever it is, I think I made $6,000 in a year, so I don't need to file anything for those taxes. But since I still owe a few taxes, I get to write off a lot of stuff, and that's helpful for what I still owe. Because not only was $175,000 in debt, I was $18,000 owing to the IRS, which I'm now down to under $2,000.
And you've done some.
So that's a big deal.
I haven't seen them all. I don't have a ton of time. But you don't. You've done some great videos about debt. You know, you're in debt and talking to people about how to find a way out. And there's a lot of inspirational stuff that you do. You have a very active YouTube channel, right? That you produce content for?
Yeah. Yes. Yep. I post about once a week because for me, these guys that get on there every day and post a lot of work, I think. So I'm new to that too, right? I'm having to learn to edit and do stuff. Phone with headphones, you know, in the beginning, just trying to but now I can do some editing. But I do, you know, I read like the book Sheet No More where it talks about surroundings, and I think that's important to be, you know, how secure is your house? How secure are you when you go out? It has nothing to do with gold and silver or 7K metals. I did one on having a purpose in life. It has nothing to do with 7K metals. I just want to help people. That's another way to help people. Like, you have a purpose, you have a reason to be worth it. And your debt is not all fault, because we've been kind of led into the system where we're under the government's thumb and that's how they want us. And I want people to know that whoever they are, they don't have to live like that. And this shouldn't be just a stacker's thing, or it shouldn't just be a wealthy person's thing. This should be something anyone can do. And if they can earn a few, you know, $1,000 from us, or just one $500 check, and that helps them get started, then I don't ever think that's a bad thing, scammed, because if you don't know what you're doing when you sign up, then you scammed yourself.
Right. You know, absolutely, 100%. You know, and there are all kinds of ways that people, you know, want to spend their money. You know, I'm the first to admit there are times that people come to my auctions and sometimes they pay a couple dollars more than something's worth. But you know what? I do giveaways.
Sure.
AppMex isn't going to do a giveaway. I try to do education. You know, AppMex isn't going to answer your text message when you have a question about, you know, junk silver versus fractionals versus bullion versus 10-ounce bars. You know, so there's a service I feel like I provide to people. You know, I hate doing that. I understand the need, but let's all be honest. And this is
well, you know, and I can see there's a few people that are going to be against this no matter what. You know, they're going to be against it no matter what. But that's okay because they're not out helping other people. I'm here to help others. I want to help people. I wish somebody would have helped me sooner, but somebody did help me. And if people don't see that, if they're like, oh, well, this is a scam, okay, fine. But at least it's getting me out from under the biggest Ponzi scheme of ever, and that would be the U.S. government, the income tax, and the Fed. In the story.
There's truth to that. And listen, you know, I mean, like I said, I don't think that, you know, 7K metals is for me. But if recruitment dies, will the business survive? That's a good question. So if tomorrow no more members sign up for 7K, do you think you'll still be able to be getting metals at cheap prices? Do you think?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter because here's the thing: if it goes away tomorrow, I have a huge stack of silver, and if we go into a situation where I need it to do anything with, I have a lot to do that. If I went to Venezuela right now, I'd be able to buy a whole bunch of land, just a fraction of what I own.
Right.
I can take what I've learned and I can do anything with it. This doesn't define me. It's not a company that defines me. What defines me is what I do and how I help and God. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share what I know and I'm going to share education. It's cool, but I want them to have the facts and I expect them to do some research. And if they get in, the business goes out tomorrow, I've learned a valuable lesson stack. I know how to pay down my debt. I'll live frugally. And that's
all right. This is pretty good, guys. And thank you all for being respectful. No problem, Juan. Thank you for coming in. You know, this has been a really good conversation too. I don't know, guys, it's not letting me pull people in now. That's never happened to me before. Love you too, John. There we go. Curtis, how are you? Upstate Stacker, how are you? Anthony, what's going on? The Lawn Man. All right, let's see if okay, now it's working. There we go.
Tommy, what's good?
Westmount, what's going on, brother? Where are you? Are you home?
Yo, can you hear me?
What are you doing?
Yo, I'm in the darkness.
I can see that. So, what'd you think about what Erin had to say?
Yo, first of all, I want to say Erin is a beautiful woman. She promotes healthy living. If you know her from a long time ago, I know her like 3-4 years ago on IG, and she's been promoting good living. She's got good values. I respect that woman, and yeah, she's with 7K. She's doing her thing, and that's basically it, plain and simple.
Turn on the light and show yourself.
Nah, people already know who I is. I don't need to show myself.
We know who you is.
You know who I is. The only black guy slanging that shit online. What's good?
No, I don't know. I think you got some competition. There might be a couple more now.
Think about it, bro. I'm the only black guy on IG. I gotta represent. God damn it. Hey, Tommy. I came here to say, you know what? I love you.
I love you too, Wes. Oh, we can try Aaron again. Hey, you want to come back in? Let's see if we can get you back in. So
now you can't blame my internet.
Somebody was asking about an American Silver Eagle, and there was a big premium on it or something. You know?
Yeah, we sell a few. That's why I was on the story about buying my. Didn't I tell the story about buying my groceries?
You told me.
We pay a premium on the. Okay, well I'll tell it again.
No,
I go to a store.
You didn't tell in the live.
Okay, right. So I go to a grocery store. I save a lot of money at this grocery store on all my groceries. It's way better than Walmart, way better than anything local because we pay a lot for our groceries up here. And then they will even add a discount if you come on like a certain day, right? So I get a discount on all my groceries, but I got to pay more for my milk. And I'm going to pay more for my milk because I'm getting like 50% off of everything else I buy, so it doesn't even matter the $2 extra. I'm not going to go to Walmart and buy my milk. I'm not going to go to the local grocery store and buy my milk just because the milk costs more when I'm saving like 50% on everything else. So our MS70s are sold at a premium. That's something I tell people right off from the beginning. And the reason we do that is because it earns points towards our paycheck. So if somebody doesn't want to buy MS70s from us, if they're not going to earn a paycheck, they shouldn't. If you're not going to try to earn a paycheck, you probably shouldn't buy MS70s from us if you can get it from another company for less. Now, we do have some MS70s you cannot get from another company, and one of those is the recent one that I bought was this Mickey one. We are the only company that graded this coin. There is nobody else that has graded this, not even, NGC didn't pick up a bunch and grade it. They said they were coming out so poorly that they didn't grade this coin. So there was a time where NGC was like, oh, who's the 7K metals, get our name off of your website, to where NGC is now putting our 7K metals logo on there and our motto. And you cannot get an MS70 of this coin from anybody else. So that's where there's some differences.
So, hold on,
you might be paying a premium.
I want to be clear and I want to understand. Who graded that coin?
NGC.
Oh, NGC graded it, and they did it, and they put on a 7K metals label.
Yeah.
Okay, so
they do that for.
I mean, yeah.
Right. So they do that for us now.
The truth is, Pacific Coin Roll Hunter, you're correct. I can pay to have a label done. I can submit 500 coins and say I want the label to say the Tom Haines Horde.
Sure. Yeah, they didn't they didn't choose us for a label. We paid for a label. I'm just saying it's kind of cool because there was a time where they didn't know who we were. And we apparently on our website had something with their name on it, and they're like, you got to pull that down. It's a copyright strike or something. And now they're willing to put an emblem on it, and they don't mind if we do that stuff. And paid for or not, it's just kind of a cool deal because also what I was trying to say about this one is that we are the only people that got this one as an MS70
they're
because
bidding,
they weren't grading
on
well.
your coin. These guys are silver degenerates. You know that, right?
Yeah, you go for it. I mean, I know what I'm not going to take less than. Because if you want to go do a search right now, go do an internet search and see if you can find this in an MS70, right? This 2018 90th anniversary, the 90,000 of them, population 90,000. I don't know how many MS70s. I have to ask NGC because they weren't doing them. This is the only company can only find it like that. So I saw somebody selling it on eBay already for like, I don't even remember what they were trying to sell it for. But,
Interesting. All right, let's see if we can find one.
I tried last night, and I found the Steamboat Willie. Those were like 400, 500. And what's so funny is everybody gets so hung up on things like shipping. Okay, I'll say no shipping or whatever. I'll cover the shipping on something, but I'm not shipping my stuff, right? So it's all about the business. But if I was going to sell something, I'm going to mark it up, right? Because I paid my membership fee to get in. So if you want to buy something from me, okay, free shipping, but I'm going to mark up the price of the coin.
Right.
It's just a six of one, half a dozen of another.
Let's see if we can find one.
Yeah, I make the $250 back by earning an income of $7,000.
All right. I mean, but that's like extra money for you to have so you can stay at home. Anthony says it's $160 on eBay.
Yeah, somebody's selling it, but it probably has the 7K metals emblem on it, right? It's going to look like that with the 7K. So somebody from the company bought one and they're selling it.
Okay. They're selling it for $160. Would you sell yours for $160?
No way.
174?
I'm going to wait and sell it for a lot more than that. No. No, this is something, you know how MS70s are. Look at the 1999 Silver Eagle. You think I'm going to hold on to this for 2 months, two days, and then sell it? No, I'm going to hold on to my kid's going to inherit this. These don't get sold.
Right.
These go to my kids.
Nice. All right, that's pretty cool. Somebody asked how many.
I got 2.
No, how many points were people signing up on your behalf to recover? All right, so you earned $7,500. Wait, in 2018, or total since you started, or I mean, I'm not being
total since I
started. Made, but
total since I started.
Okay, so that's a nice supplement. I mean, it is any money you make is money you make, right? The question is, how many people did you sign up? How many people?
32.
You signed up
31.
31 people.
31.
And you've made $7,500, and you get access to metals that you're happy with the pricing.
Yes. And new friends. I mean, look, I would have never met you.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. You know, and one of the things I just said is, like, you know, you had nothing to do with stacking or silver or anything until 7K metals. So they clearly did something right to get you.
Yeah, I wouldn't have even been here at all. I'd be still like taking an Herbalife shake that expires. You know, this never expires. And if I fill up my closet full of this because I did a network marketing company where I had an auto ship every month that I bought, and but it's silver. Hell, at least in 10 years it'll be worth more than what it is now.
Yeah.
Not like a milkshake.
I missed what Texas said. Give me a second. Let me find. No sold prices. All right.
No, there's no way it's sold. We just got these.
Right.
Like a week ago.
Somebody's trying to sell one for 160 or 170, and the price
I don't know who that is.
Well, listen, anytime we're dealing with any kind of numismatics or collector's item, or a limited mintage edition, Star Trek, Star Wars, you name it, we know that it's all subjective, guys. You know,
it's worth what somebody will pay for, just like somebody said.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I think that's a good point, John.
No one's paying for the long guy. To the long guy, no one's paying for the label. It's not the label they're paying for. I'm just saying we're the only ones that have it as an MS-70, right? So you're going to see the label because we're the only ones that graded it. Nobody else graded it, so it's going to have our label on it.
Well, somebody will pay for that label. It's a matter of the price now, because if it was $50, sure as heck you'd pay for it, lawn man. All right.
Right, because you got to look at, we know how collectibles work. Like, it's what's on it, what year, the population, and the condition that it's in. The label, even first day issue, first strike, first whatever, none of that really matters if you really understand how a first day issue works. It doesn't actually have it's not really the first day, but they put it in the box.
I think it's the New Zealand Mint, issue. Calvin. Who minted that? Do you know? Is it the New Zealand Mint?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? And it has a little NZ somewhere on it?
Yeah, so NIUE.
Well, NIUE is the country, but sometimes Perth mints for them, sometimes Scottsdale mints for them, sometimes New Zealand mints for them. Different.
Where would I find that?
Look at the image. I have a feeling it's a New Zealand coin. It would be on the other way around, a New Zealand mint. That's all right. It's not a big deal.
I don't know.
So Josh actually asked a great question. Why don't you take advantage of your membership and sell silver on Instagram in addition to selling memberships for extra income? So if you want to make extra money, what precludes you from taking that, American flag bar that you can get $160, $9 and selling it for $175 plus ship? I'll bet you could sell it for $175 plus ship.
I have a great answer for that. I've tried that, and I get attacked by some stackers. Not all stackers, but I've gotten attacked like, oh, she's in 7K metals. Oh, she's the Amway of this. And and I can block that, and I can delete that long enough. But it's kind of like I get to a point where it's like maybe this part isn't for me, or now maybe I'm like, maybe I can kind of get in with these guys. So maybe a few of them will have my back. And like, not everybody has to be cool with it, right? There's still going to be some people that hate it. But maybe somebody will be like,
maybe Dustin can tell us why
you can trust her.
You. Okay. Dustin, tell us.
Maybe Dustin knows. I don't know.
Dustin,
why did all stackers? He must speak for all stackers, right? So I'm coming into a community of people that makes it a little bit harder. I want to learn, and I've wanted to learn. I've had people. I signed up a girl who she left the company of 7K metals because she'd run pours, and I'm like, okay. because she couldn't do it with 7K medals. She got, you know, people just didn't trust her.
Right. You know, and that's
so she didn't want to do 7K medals.
I don't have to think. Fighting Feud, John, I don't think they're mutually exclusive. She can sell her memberships. I don't have to buy it, but I don't think that means that she's not doing something good for the medals world. Right? This is a big universe. And
What's wrong with teaching people?
There are all these little planets, and there are people that are doing things every day that we don't even realize on Instagram. You know, there are 16,000 people in Silver Miners. There are 25,000 people in Reddit Silverbugs. There's, you know, there are YouTubers that have hundreds of thousands of subscribers or tens of thousands of subscribers, and they're doing their thing every single day. And it might be a little bit different, you know what I mean? But they're doing their thing, and they're bringing attention to medals just the way, you know, we all are collectively as a community in a positive way. I would say that, you know, I'm not convinced that it's for me, right, Aaron? I mean, this is where I'm at so far, just as an update. I'm not convinced that it's a scam. I'm not convinced that it's a scam like some people are saying. I think that, you know, I'm sort of still neutral on it. But the fact that I'm neutral on it, that I don't believe it's a scam necessarily. I don't believe that it's for me. And, I don't know that I would tell people, hey, this is a great thing. But if somebody came to me and said, Tommy, I love this. It's for me. Because I like the network marketing aspect. You know what I mean?
And now I assume if I did want to get on and sell something, and I said, hey, I'm going to do something, and I don't know the kind of reaction I'm going to get, maybe you can vouch for me. If I need it, you might say, yeah, I'll
vouch for
get
nobody,
on there.
And, we ain't cool like that. No, I'm kidding.
Fine, forgive you.
I'm kidding.
You know that's how this community is, though. If somebody can come in and just say, no, it's cool, like a person that's just trolling isn't going to care. They're going to say, whatever, I don't care if you vouch for them. But if a person's like, let's say, okay, here's what it is. It's not the people that comment. It's the people that are watching. So a person might be watching, and they knew that you and I talked. They might come to you and go, do you think I can trust her to buy that from her? Do you think it's real? Do you think it's, you know, is she going to send it to me? Am I going to actually get what I ordered? And you could say, yep. And now I can go, great, now I have a community that's starting to trust me and I'm building it up. And now I can start to sell in an area like Instagram. I've taken a lot of time just kind of hanging out on here, waiting for this opportunity, not even knowing this was the opportunity I was waiting for. But I was like, this could be huge. We could just finally get in with these people, talk to them. And when I say these people, I mean other gold and silver stackers. Numismatic people, that, you know, they're pretty cool, but they can be, you know, kind of iffy about us too.
They're cliques. They're cliques within numismatics and within the investment world. You know, I've seen people who are into ancients, you know, talk down to stackers, and people who are into numismatics talk down to stackers. And I'm not about that personally. I'm about anything industry-wide, hobby-wide.
Thank you, Josh.
Collectively that, you know, will support what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's important for us to put forth a positive image of what we do in our hobby and the community and the industry regardless. Hold on one second. Let's see, I can't help if people aren't down with you selling, okay, but it's a free market. You can start from nothing and successfully sell on Instagram if you're priced right. Right. And being at 7K doesn't preclude that for her, you know. I would say this though, and this is probably just an observation, is that I think people feel like because the nature of your business is recruitment, people don't like to be recruited. People don't like to do right. And you know, Shiny will tell you all about the Silver Syndicate. Right.
Well, there's another one like Mint Builder and a few other things out there. And I know that now. I've learned my lesson. So what I do now is I just get on Instagram and I post.
Yeah.
I do not message people about my business opportunity. I don't do that.
Right.
I haven't done that since the very, very beginning, and I did do it in the beginning. But I learned my lesson. It's not what you do to people. In fact, when people do it to me, I say, you should probably try to make friends before you just send your business, because Instagram is full of that crap. I get it every day, all day. Check out my business, 10% off today. It's not just 7K Metals, it's everybody on Instagram, right? So I just sit and hang out. I post pictures. I tag my company every time the hashtag matters, right? Because what if we became a household name one day and people were looking for us? I got 4 accounts,
yeah,
right? There's a reason for that. We talked about it. but I got 4 accounts. They're going to find me, right? They're going to find me. It's just sitting back and waiting. I'm just trying to sit back and chill out and not get in people's face about it, not message them about it. And if they come to me, which they're starting to, cool, I'll answer questions.
Yeah. I know, Shiny. I heard Silver Buyer pulled the Kool-Aid right from your lips. She's just trying to make a living. Yeah, I mean, she's trying to do something good. She's trying to do something positive, and I think that, you know, Erin has the ability to be a good brand ambassador for Silver as you know, a hobby in an industry. Archie News Minister says it's good for you, Erin. I'm proud of your hard hustle.
I appreciate that.
You thought this was an as meeting? I don't want to know what as is. She's a hustler, that's for sure. Agree.
Just so you know, I do get in on raffles, and I do get in on a few, and I won this one, which is pretty awesome.
I like it.
I've seen it selling for like $70.
You know, the funny thing, it's hard to price silver. And I talk to this about people all the time.
That's a round, too. Like, this is a round. I've seen it selling for $70, though.
I know I know that round. I've sold that one. But I sold it for $55, so you got ripped off. No, I'm
I didn't buy it for $70. I won it in a raffle. You know, I won a 5-ounce bar one time on $10. I get it. I get the raffles are cool. I want to learn how to do that, but, you know. It takes time. You got to that's what I mean, though. You got to be trusted by the people, and if you're not trusted by the people, it's just, you can't just start up a raffle and expect people to sign up for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's JJ Hall? Yeah, that's whatever that is, man.
He's been posting on Facebook, though, and tagging me, but he doesn't tag me on Instagram anymore.
I think he's done on Instagram.
He's doing something a little bit with Facebook. I don't know why. I don't know. I got in on his raffles.
Lon, I think Quinn, Papa G Music, wants to buy some of those pens. Let's see. All right, so does anybody else have any good questions? I mean, I think this is interesting. I mean, honestly, I still feel pretty neutral. I want to know if anybody has any questions. I feel like I started neutral, I ended neutral. But I can tell you that, you know, even if I'm not a fan or a hater of 7K, I'm a fan of Erin. I'm a fan of you.
Thank you. Me too. And I'm a fan of you. And I'm so glad that by the way, I want to talk about you for a minute because I think your trailer is awesome. I'm very excited about your show. I think it's amazing all the work that you've done. And I'm trying to get you. I wish I could get you way more than 2,000 views, but I've been trying to push that up to 2,000.
I know.
And I'm so excited how many, it does that after a while. Sometimes you got to like reload stuff, but you know, I haven't picked up on the YouTube thing, but we've got to reach obviously on Instagram. You have a few accounts. One of those, and I want to mention real quick, the reason I have a few accounts, so if you find me on more than one, is we get pulled off all the time. People on the right, or people talking about gold and silver, or anyone that's right-wing libertarian, anything like that, a lot of times the accounts will get taken down. And so we keep a couple extra. Yeah, Dollar Shave Club over Gillette all day, by the way. So somebody asked that. So anyway, I think that what you're doing is great, and I want you to get picked up. If there's anything I know I can do to help you, I'm going to do that.
Thank you.
Because I think that's a great thing what you're doing. And if you have not watched his trailer, go watch it. Go to his YouTube and follow him on YouTube and watch that trailer, guys.
Thank you. The link's in my bio.
More than 4 views.
All right.
Yes, it is.
You know. Let's see. Alex wants to know if you can get him a price sheet. Can you post?
I can just send a link.
Can you post it? Can you post it on your page?
Yeah.
Post a picture of the price sheet on your page.
Sure. I'll just take out the YouTube. What I'll do is I'll take out the YouTube link that I have, and I'll put it on there. I'll put it on both of my pages, like both of my main pages. The other two are just kind of, don't worry about those. They're just kind of hanging out in case I ever need them. But I'll put it on the two that are my main ones, which is at @2nd_TO_1, and then this one, 7K Sister Golden Hair. And I'll put the link on there, and anyone can look at pricing.
It's on the 7K site.
It is on the 7K site, but I don't mind helping out and putting the link up. That doesn't bother me.
All right, so Omar, what's going on? if I am not a member of 7K, if I have not paid the $250 a year, I cannot purchase from 7K though, right? Is that correct? I mean, directly.
Correct. That's right.
Right.
No, you cannot.
All right. The link for the trailer is in my bio, Westmount.
Yeah. You got to just go to his main page where you see his little circle on the top and his name and his little About Me stuff, and that's where his link is.
We've got Stacking.NYC t-shirts coming soon. Coming soon.
I was sad when you said no one can buy that shirt. You'll never can't buy the shirt.
Not this one.
I might just got to be a way.
This one's special.
There's got to be a way.
This one's special.
Right, because that's your name. That's you.
We're gonna be doing shirts very soon. We're gonna be doing shirts very soon. Let's see. We're gonna be doing t-shirts. And some other fun stuff.
Swag is always another way to make money. And you know, I look at what people are doing. That extra swag is a great idea. I like that.
That's my Diet Coke, my Coke Zero cozy.
See, and I need that, and then we go live once in a while, and every time I take a drink, I got that on my, come on, Ariel. This is what you do.
Silver Buyer, I would love to write a book and do a whole chapter about how you've been my inspiration. Naked and Afraid. The irony is I don't even watch TV. Dylan, I'm thinking about California. Yes, I am in Manhattan. But let's talk more about Erin. I want to hear more about Erin.
Well,
what's your
I put the link up for the pricing on the profile.
Awesome.
On the 7K Sister Golden Hair. But anyway, sorry, go ahead.
I need to know what's your favorite flavor of jelly bean?
Well,
be careful.
so I can't go with I'm getting old and I don't want to have jelly beans in my teeth because the sugar hurts my teeth.
Okay. I like jelly beans.
The buttered popcorn.
Oh, good one.
Is that going to cause a fight?
I think you just started something. I've asked about a half a dozen people that question.
Oh, somebody said don't say buttered popcorn.
Here's the funniest thing. I've asked about a half a dozen people that question in live chats. You're the second person that said buttered popcorn out of 6, and one person said anything but buttered popcorn. True story. Buttered popcorn, I have learned.
The buttered popcorn is it's the deal breaker.
It's it, man.
Or the deal maker. The deal maker or the deal breaker.
Exactly. Upstate Stacker, you just said it best. It's like the pineapple on a pizza. Can you do it? Can you not do it? It's very controversial jelly bean. I've learned that through my investigative journalism here on Instagram.
Which he obviously does a lot of.
Obviously. Erin, do you collect any other coins, currency, other than stacking? Or do you have any other hobbies? That's a nice question.
I've never, no, I don't, yeah. It's a good question because I ask people about have they ever collected anything. And no, I don't really, but I'm also like a person now that I'm very frugal with my money, and I don't buy anything I don't think I should be buying that's going to be helpful to me and my family. And I trust gold and silver as something I can sell later, whether it's a collectible or just sell or use later if I need to trade it as money. But I'm not going to go buy like unicorn statues or anything like that. So no, I've never been a collector of much of anything else really.
Interesting. And it's because it's interesting because, when you're in this hobby business, whatever, we talk about the collector gene, and that's why you see these concentric circles, if you will, where you have people who collect comic books like Silver. AJ is a great example down in Texas.
Yep.
People who collect. Reckless Metals collects some of the finest pours in the industry. He does collect silver stuff. And let me see. You collect presidential autographs. That's interesting. You collect auction wins. Yes,
not yet.
Some of these people, it's interesting. So, you know, one of the things that's nice about these lives is not only do we get to learn about you and me, and sometimes we learn things about other people. Mooney Tucker one in the house. How are you? How's Florida? That was nice that you got to see Yanks uniform today.
Well, and I say that though. I say that because it becomes, you know, people are like, oh, it becomes an addiction. Okay, guess what? I'm a collector of tattoos before now, right? Because if anybody's been on my Instagram, you see I have several tattoos. That's the most thing I get asked. I get asked about my tattoos all the time. What do they mean? I don't know. They don't really mean much, okay? But there's something I wanted to do. It's artwork. It was a design. It was something I wanted to collect. So that's probably where we all get into it. We get excited. We're like, oh, Darth Vader, like the Darth Vader you sold last night, you know? I'm like, I've got, you know, a couple of those. I'm like, maybe I need another one. And that was the one that was auctioned off last night, and I was kind of excited. I was sitting there looking at that. But, you know, like somebody bought me this one because it matches one of my tattoos. So, once again, my tattoos kind of came into it at that point. I mean, I love the silver.
That's the slave
silver bullet, silver shield, Chris Dwayne guy. So, you know, I mean, it starts to become a thing because my mom likes the animals. So she likes to collect the gorillas and the lion and the lioness and stuff like that. And to me, sometimes I'm just like, I get excited about a deal because, like, I got this one for like $10 less than what anyone else was paying that day when I looked. And I started an Excel sheet, you know, and I did an Excel sheet kind of showing like the prices I paid and what spot was that day and what everybody else had paid. Like this one I paid $15.70 for, but I couldn't find it for less than $35 anywhere else.
Wow, that's a good one.
I do have. I mean, you never know what kind of discount you're going to get because it depends what comes in. Sometimes I bought that as a round. I bought it as a generic round. So that means I paid the generic round price, which was like, I think that's like 30 cents over spot that day or something. But then sometimes I get, you know, these kind of generic rounds. It's just not very exciting.
Yeah.
You just never know,
that's
though.
One of the four
so it's hard to tell. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I know. Now I know all about it. I'm like, I need to find them all, and I can't find any of the other. Well, I can, but I don't buy off of eBay. I don't really trust eBay sales.
They don't last long enough for me to collect them. I collect the empty baggies. Okay, let's see.
What don't last long enough to collect?
Nothing. That's a joke.
Oh, okay.
The graded coin prices on the site are outrageous. Okay.
Yeah, they're
high premium.
And I spoke on that. Yeah, I mentioned that if you're not going to try to earn an income with the company, you're probably not going to buy those from us. You can buy them somewhere else. If you're trying to earn an income, you'll understand why you would buy them from us. And I got a video on my YouTube about it, and you can watch it. It's only like 10 minutes.
How many? X Metals wants to know how many can you buy at a time?
There's no maximum and no minimum. And the shipping price is because people don't like shipping, but our shipping stops at $20. So if you're at $25, you don't pay any more shipping. So if you're a massive like dealer and you're going to buy a lot, you won't pay more than $25 in shipping. And I buy from other people sometimes. Like I bought this one from a different company. You know, it's not like I have to only buy from 7K Metals. I have MS70s that aren't from 7K Metals, so sometimes I don't.
Do you have a benefit of buying from 7K Metals? Or is there any circumstance where you would say, I'll pay an extra couple dollars to buy from 7K?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it helps me get a paycheck. So I earn points for when I buy them, and I earn points for when other people buy at a premium. So if you're going to buy an MS70, like if somebody's going to buy, you know, this, and they're going to pay $129 for it, well, I get points for paycheck for that. And so do they. And there's no percentage. I get the same amount that they get. I don't take anything from them. They get the same amount that I would get. You know, so it's just a shared thing. And like I said in the video, I kind of show how that works and how that adds up for a paycheck. And once again, this is not required. Nobody has to buy this. Nobody has to buy this from 7K Metals. If they want to find it from somebody else, they can. Once again, this one they can't. So you might pay $129 for that, and you wouldn't throw a tantrum, right? You'd be like, oh, I'm bitching about the price, but I can't find that anywhere else.
Right. How many members are there? How many people are in 7K?
About 10,000.
10,000? Oh, my Lord.
There's just not very many of them on Instagram, and I keep trying to tell them, I'm like, come to Instagram, and they're like, oh, this is scary.
Is there a demographic? Where are most of these people located?
We've got people in Alabama. We've got people in Florida, Texas. We got a huge group. Montana's the biggest team. Montana is like huge. We sold the most bullion. We did a like contest for like 3 months or something, and Montana bought the most bullion.
Wow.
From the company out of any other state.
There's gold.
But we got a team in New York, so we've got a whole bunch of people out of New York City. They fly out to all the events, and they're the most fun people. I'll tell you that right now. And then we've got California. We got a guy in Sacramento. He's on Instagram. I won't call him out though, in case he doesn't want to be. He also does real estate, so he mostly does real estate pictures on Instagram. And then I've got people in South Carolina. I had somebody sign up from New Hampshire, Arizona. Phoenix has got a pretty big group. I've got some people in Arizona because I used to live down there. So Utah has a team. When I say a team, like we kind of work together in our areas. So like we get bigger groups of people coming together, but all over the country, and there's some people kind of spread out. But as far as I know, there's nobody in Ohio yet. If anyone in Ohio wants to sign up and help me out.
There you go.
I'm not sure. It's hard to know. I don't know if there's like one guy in Ohio or one guy in Maine or something. It's hard to get that information, but we could find out who's close and reach out to them.
Anybody in Illinois? Chicago area?
Yes, there's a Chicago. They went and did some meetings, some presentations and stuff there. So I know there's people in Chicago. Mm-hmm.
Anybody in Stockton?
Where's that?
California.
I'm not sure. Is that close to Sacramento? Because we got a guy in Sacramento that's blowing us up.
Dustin may want to sign up tonight.
All right. Dustin's in the Chicago area. Let's do it.
He still wants to know why
we won't attack him
that person
we won't attack him
your
anymore.
life is harassing him. Kidding.
I'm sorry for that person, Dustin. I'm not kidding. I'm sorry that somebody would do that because it's not good for us to have somebody come out and be like that. Not cool. So,
wow.
I've done it.
classy.
I've been a bad person. So,
Let's see. So who else has some questions for Aaron? Let me see. So you earn income through the points from buying the premium products. We talked a little bit about the multi-level network marketing aspects. Dustin's going to become the new spokesman for 7K Metals. That's it, Dustin.
You know what? Yeah, sometimes I become the best friends with the people that hated me the most. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you never know. Are you guys on the NASDAQ or the Dow Jones? I think he means the New York Stock Exchange.
Don't know about that.
Anybody in the Portland, Oregon area?
Yeah, we got people in Oregon and Washington.
Are you
not on my personal team, but I can find them.
Tucker's asking if you're married and have kids.
I'm a widow.
Of course he is.
So I'm single. But dating is kind of a scary thing because not scary, just sad because everybody just wants to get laid. It seems like, and I'm trying to get married again someday, so that's not my goal.
Yeah.
So I've gone on like a couple dates. I've tried, and it's cool. I could play with my money.
That's it.
I killed my husband. No, I didn't kill him. Nope, not me.
Where did that come from? All right.
I've told you though, people do that. They say things that are weird, like they try to get your goat.
Yeah. How much can you bench press?
How much do you bench press?
Candy said he's seen those guns.
I'm a female, just so you know, so I can't compare what you bench press to me, but I can probably do several with a 25 on each end, maybe a 35 on each end of the bar, but I can't do a lot.
You can bench press 150
I do like more of the
pounds?
Not a lot of them. Like I'm not going to do a set of 10 times 3, but if I'm going to just do 1 or 2, I bet I'm sure I could.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
pretty
totally.
Impressive.
I've done it, so I know I could.
I'm pretty impressed.
It's the legs that are the machine on this body, though. I've got really strong legs.
As a woman should have.
I was a marathon runner. For years, and then now I lift and do boot camp and Insanity and stuff like that.
Have you ever run the New York Marathon?
No, but I ran Boston. And the Marine Corps in D.C.
Very nice. Okay, let's see. About huge quads.
Take me out to dinner at the Olive Garden. Okay. Yeah, I do have some good quads. The quads is a machine.
No.
Man. I'm not running marathons anymore.
Is the concept like Herbalife?
No, thank you.
Close enough.
It's better than the Herbalife.
Somebody that would ask that question. I'll say that.
It's simpler. It's just simpler. It's simpler to make a paycheck than some of those others. I will say a pyramid scheme is usually where the people at the top are making all the money and the people at the bottom can't, and that's the difference. Anyone can come in at any time and earn more than I'm making. So it's not the people at the top.
All right. That's good to know.
Olive Garden. Yeah, I don't really know if I would eat at the Olive Garden. But you know what? If anyone has a farm and they want to give me some fresh, like non-injected meat and vegetables, I would do that over Olive Garden.
Interesting. I know.
Hey, look, somebody on here used to sell Herbalife.
I think I mentioned this to you one time. Near Missoula, and they have a farm.
Yeah, Missoula.
And I've been to the farm. It's like a 200-acre farm.
That's awesome. That's my life goal.
It's nice. It's really nice.
That's my life goal.
She's got high standards.
Farm, some animals.
Mooney has fresh
but
meat.
They're good ones.
If Mooney starts harassing you, let me know. Okay.
Non-injected meat. Guess I set myself up on that one.
How do you mark spot when people order?
It changes every minute. So if you put something in your shopping cart, but the spot changes between the time you put it in your shopping cart and the time you pay, it just goes to that price.
Okay, guys, let's keep it clean. Guys. All right, the witching hour is approaching.
Yeah, because I've never heard a dirty word. And I've never, had I'm pure as the driven snow, obviously.
Good.
Is Dustin even still here? Everybody's talking about him, but I'm not sure he's here.
Dustin is here.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess I missed something that he just said.
All right, let's see. All right, what else? Yeah, this is going downhill fast. Do you drink or smoke?
I drink red wine, sometimes white. I don't smoke cigarettes, but I used to. And I don't smoke weed because it just makes me so tired.
What's your favorite silver piece? Should we do? Let's do this. We've got like 10 minutes left. When you answer that question, let's do some rapid fire questions, guys. Let's keep her on her toes. Give me some rapid fire questions. Everybody just type questions.
Fire.
Whatever. Give me some questions. Let's do this. What's your Instagram handle? Too slow.
7K_Sister Golden.
If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Montana.
You're already in Montana. How many years
I know, and I like it.
How many years has 7K Metal's been around?
2.
All right. Why different accounts?
Because they might take one of them down.
Do you know about Operation Northwoods?
No.
What's your favorite vegetable?
Broccoli, I guess.
Do you date Mexicans?
Maybe.
Do you date a Frenchman?
Probably. I don't know. Like they haven't asked me.
Do you date Latinos? Everyone wants to know who you date. Do you think we landed on the moon?
I think we landed on the moon, but I think that video's fake.
Wow, now that's interesting.
Yes, 9/11 was an inside job.
Okay, that's interesting too.
I will look it up. Operation Northwoods.
Why can't we build a wall 1/13 the size of China's? Do you own a gun?
I don't know. I do own guns. I've owned several handguns, but I don't shoot rifles very often.
Do you like Ligers?
My favorite is a 45. So I like what?
Ligers.
What's that?
A cross between a lion and a
tiger and a lion?
Do you like Walmart?
Hey, no, I hate FEMA camp. Yes.
Do you like green beans?
Yeah, with lots of butter.
Do you own guns?
Yeah,
support building the
done
wall.
right now.
I don't like to do politics.
Yes.
What is your favorite water?
From the fresh spring up in Anaconda.
Are you a QAnon? I don't know what that means, but I sort of do, but not really.
I kind of am. I did a video on who I think and what I think Q is. It's very informational. You should watch it.
Do you know Phil?
I know a few Phils.
Okay. Do you think...
I prefer 2% milk.
Do you think we need a wall between Canada and U.S.?
Yes.
Jam or jelly? Glock or Beretta?
Jam.
Do you sleep
Glock.
naked? That's not nice.
Nope. No, I don't.
You better keep those guns next to you now.
I don't go to McDonald's. I don't do McDonald's. Somebody made a QAnon silver piece. You should send it to me. I want to see what it looks like because we talked about that.
Over at Dr. Phil.
Neither.
Vanilla or chocolate?
Strawberry.
Guys, come on. Really, man. Instagram or Facebook?
Instagram. Fuck Facebook.
Dr. Phil or Oprah?
She's my language.
Did I ask that one?
Neither. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about them. I'm not gonna watch that.
Do Middle Eastern men slide in your DMs on the regular?
Yes. Yes. And the Illuminati is always trying to get me to join
me too. They messaged my anti-stack account once.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Motorcycles, yes or no?
I already said my net worth. Yes, I used to sell Harleys, and I used to own a street glide.
Nice. 7K medals, net worth. How financially?
Mine is set like 7,500
or
whatever.
7K medals.
Oh. I don't have that. Give me that. Justin Timberlake on that one.
They should be transparent about that if you're part of that company.
Well, they have. Well, yeah. I mean, they have like the. I guess I don't know the question. Like, how much have they made from it? Because they do give an income disclosure, and they tell us what everybody else has made.
Do you like...
Without names.
I don't know what... Do you like dogs?
I don't know nothing. Yeah, dogs are all right.
Like Alex Jones or Glenn Beck?
Neither.
Tattoos, yes or no?
Obviously.
What's your favorite movie?
Big Fish.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Is there Golden Fort Knox?
No.
Marshall Tucker Band or Allman Brothers?
Don't listen to country.
What do you listen to?
We'll know the story for another time. I don't listen to anything secular.
Okay. Dogs or cats?
I don't watch baseball.
Yankees or Mets?
I don't watch baseball.
Right or left?
Nope. Right? I'm right-handed. And left is sinister. Michael Jackson.
I like that. I like that. Do you like Johnny Rebel? I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Do you know what Dustin's bedtime is?
8 p.m.
Silver or gold?
Currently silver because of the ratio.
I like that answer. Are you a Mormon?
No, but I know some.
Okay. You are wise. I like it. Beat it or beat me? What's your religion? That's one you don't have to answer.
Christian.
Republican, Democrat, or liberal? You don't have to answer.
Libertarian.
I like it. Harley or sports bike?
Harley.
Will you read Dusty a bedtime story?
No, but Lee Harvey Oswald did act alone, and he was mind controlled.
If animals could talk, which one would be the rudest?
A goat?
No, possums. I'm going to answer that one. It's possums. They're nasty.
A Wolverine?
I had a possum give me the finger once. We had a little altercation.
I don't do Starbucks, by the way. Yeah.
I had an altercation with a possum once in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And I'll never forget.
Yes, this. JFK was an inside job.
And we squared up. I squared up with the possum, right? And then I was going at him, and he didn't move. He just stared me down.
You were checking him, and he didn't even care.
And then he looked at me, and he raised his paw, and he jacked up that middle finger. He put it back down, and I was just standing like this. And he turned around, and he walked away. That was it.
If only you had a video of it.
That was it. That's exactly how it happened. Bad boys or bad boys?
Libertarians are not in the middle and not remotely independent. They're either far left or far right. And I don't know about the bad boys thing. I don't know what that means, to be honest. Water or food? Water.
You like Toy Story 2?
They're funny, but I think that, what's his name, Tom Haines is possibly a pedophile. But we won't get into that.
All right. In 40 years, what would people, what do you think people will be nostalgic about 40 years from now about today?
I have no idea. I don't know. Kanye West.
All right. Oh, that's interesting.
I don't really drink beer.
Okay.
They want to ask you questions now. They said that you got to switch to you.
Okay, so I'll let you ask the question.
I buy modern coins, but to answer one question, I buy modern coins because I don't know a lot since I'm new, but I do have this really cool Monster Tone 1898 Morgan that I had to learn about. So that's where I started getting into collecting because I didn't know anything about it. Won in the raffle. So they got to ask you now, shaved or bare?
Annie.
Wait, does that mean you or what you prefer?
I think he's asking what I prefer.
Okay.
Health or wealth?
Health or wealth?
Wealth. And I can answer
I guess you can read them as fast as me. Do you buy jewelry?
I do not buy jewelry.
I have seen these dollars. Have you?
No, he's asking about a 1964.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I guess am I getting questions? Men or boys? I prefer to be a man amongst men. I prefer to surround myself by men. Wealth is health.
Wet
Wealth
or dry?
Listen, it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. You will get ill one day and you will die. These are too simple. I'd rather make some money and enjoy.
Oh, what's your middle name?
My middle name is Christopher. Thomas Christopher.
Everybody can search him now.
I was born in 1975. I am going to be 44 years old. Yeah, nobody wants to ask me any questions there.
They didn't. Somebody said it was their idea. They're like, you need to ask you. I'm like, all right.
I love you. I do. I mean, if my fiance wasn't sleeping, I would go get. I have a Stacking.NYC knife. True story, made by Justin the blacksmith. I love guns. I own several. I keep them in Pennsylvania.
How I stacking? What do you mean how you stacking?
All right, what else? You want to ask the questions? I like New York City pizza. I was in the military. I prefer to be surrounded by men, people that I know that got my six.
You're six, yeah.
Would I hook up with a guy for 20 ounces of gold? Absolutely not. I have no interest in men in that regard, but I do surround myself with leaders, and I prefer, whether male or female, to surround myself with leaders and people who have vision. If I come to South Carolina, I would love that. I would love that. I've got some nice pieces myself. We can talk about that another time. I have been to Chicago, and I have had deep dish pizza. I spent 4 years in the Army Reserves. I am 6 foot.
West Mountain still talking about inches.
Yeah.
And stuff. What branch of the military were you in?
4 years Army Reserves, 96 Bravo. I own an SKS. Does that answer your question? And I prefer it over the AR-15.
Okay, somebody asked what color undies do you buy? Like, is it just a thing that you'd only buy one color?
No. I do own several, Eric. I get the pack of whatever, and whatever's in there is what I get.
Well, that's a good question. When did you start stacking?
1986. When I was a kid, my dad got me started. Pennsylvania, yes. I lived in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I like my eggs over medium. What's the best Wi-Fi name you've seen? Like the best screen name?
What?
You can buy one color anymore. Pink. I'll wear pink. I don't care.
Your nickname was Skid Marks.
I I have eaten at the Waffle House.
Black
Have you eaten
to
at the
sleep
Waffle House?
I have one.
When I used to
just
drink,
one,
I
in
probably
Texas.
have been in more fights at the Waffle House than most people have been in fights in their life. Dustin for president of 7K Metals. I love it. 1998
Oh,
1-ounce
there we go.
Libertad or 10-ounce Atmex bar. Without a doubt. Oh, that's a tough one. I have to think about that.
Without a doubt, he says, but then he doesn't know.
Yeesh. Yeah, I know. I had to think about the date for a second. I would.
What's your credit card number? It's 1.
I would probably take the 10-ounce Atmix bar.
I was going to go with the 10-ounce bar.
Yeah, always carry when you got exactly. Hot dog or banana? Depends if it's lunch or dessert.
Okay, well, I'm going to go because I'm going to make sure my kids are in bed and asleep like they're supposed to be.
Good.
Even though I've had help.
Guys, this was a lot
of
fun. Guys, thank you very much for joining us.
I enjoyed it too.
Aaron, thank you. I
appreciate
you held
you.
yourself with
I appreciate you.
Grace and composure, and you did a good job. And remember, however we feel about 7K Metals, Aaron, you're a class act, and I will deal or do business with you any day of the week.
Awesome, because that's good enough for me.
Good. Love you
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
How you stand.
Good night.